Hello and welcome to FrostPunk. This is a lovely little survival city builder type game that I actually got off a friend for Christmas, so I'm excited to show off a bit. I'll probably do like one whole campaign, I think, but in relatively small chunks, so I'll be making these at my earliest convenience, but please don't be expecting regular scheduling. I'm just kind of really in the mood to record right now. This seemed like a good thing to make videos out of, so without any further ado, let's get started.
We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow, and with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
A new home. We fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world as we know it has crumbled. And indeed, we now have to survive. I mean, we're already surviving on the way here, but now we really have to survive. We gotta, like, make little tents and stuff. So yes, I have actually played this game before, so I'd like to think I have some idea of what I'm doing. But sure, look. Fight in cold. See, I knew we had to do that. I'm a smart boy, big brain. We need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to the other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. Don't mind if I do. So, first things first, I am going to send some people to manually collect some coal. So I'm going to send those workers to collect that coal. I'm going to send those workers to collect that coal. And I'm going to build a little building that will allow me to collect resources a touch more efficiently. And because I play all of these games as if I have some kind of obsessive compulsive disorder, because I just love organizing. I just love organizing. What I am going to do is I'm going to actually serially build and destroy these houses so that I can space out my roads just the way I want them. So turn the camera like this, because I want to drop one of these little gathering posts out here, but I want to know along what part of these axes I'm going to go ahead and do it. So that is why I am currently building these little tents around. I know it seems quite pedantic, but I don't know. I just like whenever I'm playing like any kind of city builder, I have this horrible compulsion to play it like correctly. And I honestly find that rewarded in this game because it's like a survival city builder. So unlike City Skylines, where you can just build whatever and see it all go terribly, like it's completely antithetical to the game design here. So, okay, so I'm feeling like a road coming out this way is probably the right way to go. Is that correct? Yeah, I think so. Right, so I don't have the timber because I'm building all these tents, but that's fine. That's fine. That will be resolved momentarily. You know, I'll just build out to here so far so that I can get the road taken care of. So now that I don't... Will, why did you go all the way around? Oh, look, I made a little snowflake. Well, look, here I am going off about, oh, being as efficient as humanly possible. And I'm just... God, be thankful that I'm not fucking actually leading any kind of community trying to survive any kind of natural disaster. Alright, so it's gonna have to be on this side of the road, I think. Oh, there we go. I know it's not adjacent, it'll be fine. Right, okay, so I actually do have to kind of build the road out a little bit further then. Let's say 3 wood there. And then how about now? Do we go out far enough? No. Maybe like one more little stake in the ground. You'll actually see these roads getting built then, which is quite cool, I find. Gathering post. Can you go here now? Awesome. There we go. That's the perfect spot, because that uses the least... Well, I suppose it's all the same amount of road. But it uses comparatively the least road. You know what, we can actually... Yeah, we can cut that segment there and... Cut those segments there, and it's still connected. Okay, lovely. So we've saved resources, and we've satisfied my need for things to be, like, really nice. So, look, if anyone else there loves playing games like this, you're welcome. I'm playing it in exactly the kind of way that a person like you normally loves to see. Then again, I'm not sure if it's actually, like, annoying to ever watch, or it's just, like, a kind of thing you do. Because, I know that sometimes people will just straight up give out to you if you are not using the most efficient building patterns possible. So I'm trying to jump ahead of the curve there and just collectively waste everyone's time to please the loud few. I'm joking, of course. I'm as aware as you are that you're like probably the only person watching this video at any given time. Like, so as long as it's not you individually who are like getting wound up by this, good on you. You're one of the good ones. Okay, lovely. So I now have these guys collecting a decent bit of wood and a decent bit of steel. What I will do, though, is I will send auxiliary workers. I'll send my engineers, actually, to go and... no, that's steel wreckage. I want to go and harvest extra timber. Because I'm going to be wanting to build some housing shortly. So I'll send these guys out this way. And then between these guys manually gathering coal, the guys who work here gathering a nice mix, and then these guys gathering crates, I should be able to build housing to deal with the homelessness problem that we currently have, because even though they could build this cool big generator, they decided not to leave any houses behind, which wasn't very nice. But that is fine. How are we doing? Workers needed. There's so much to do and not enough hands to do it. A quick way of addressing this problem is to put our children to work. I don't know who said this, but I don't think you are correct. I don't think that's a good idea to put the children to work. I think it's a better idea to keep the children safe so they can have some semblance of normality in their lives. So, what will this do for me then? Children will be safer if they stay in child shelters during the day, and they won't cause any mischief. I mean, they absolutely won't. They will absolutely get up to mischief. But at least they'll be doing it in some place where they're not going to get crushed by giant machines. After introducing this law, another one will be passed after 18 hours. Wow, that's some pretty quick legislation there. New building child shelter. Hope will rise. That's always good. And providing all children with a place in a child shelter gives a permanent hope bonus. Alright. Oh, thank goodness. For a second there I had a mini heart attack. I thought I might have accidentally, like, yes! Child labor. Okay. A base heating level of 2, so that means I can technically pop it outside the confines of the... pop it outside the confines of the immediate generator, actually. You know what? I should put that on. That seems important. No roof over our heads. Well, don't worry, I'm way ahead of you. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in the terrible cold. We better do something about it. I'll provide shelter for everyone. Don't even worry about it. I hope. I hope it's something you don't have to worry about. Food. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Oh, no. Be mindful of coal reserves. Now food, there'll be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Okay, so that will require a hunter's hut or a hothouse. Right, so we can either be carnivorous or we can actually grow vegetables. That'll be fine. I'm going to want to make sure to keep the cookhouse nice and close to the generator, because it is so fussy. It will shut down for pretty much any reason I give it. But look, the people are actually done working for the day, so what I will do is I will start building tents. And will I put it in a... Yeah, I'll put it in a cluster of 4. That feels appropriate. And what I'll do here is I will start getting on to me already. So bothersome. What is it now? The wisdom of the crowd. Captain, when facing demands, remember this. People usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, that's fine. I mean, yeah, I think, like, what was it? Like, Henry or whatever was asking us to just put the kids to work in the, scrap metal pile. That'll be fun. They love scrap metal. That was their favorite toy back when we lived in London. Jokes aside, like, yeah, we're not going to be putting kids to work. I know the world is pretty tough, but, like, look, if we're not going to be building a decent world, like, we don't deserve to have a world to begin with. Lovely. And because it is nighttime, people are compelled to build their own houses. Curiously enough, there's no better motivator than the cold and the dark to want to build yourself a lovely little hut. So I will tell you what, we will speed this up now because not much happens during the night. The workday is between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m., I believe. Though it is possible to legislate like additional work. Uh-oh, people are getting sick. That's bothersome. Illness and healthcare. I am familiar with the concepts, yes. 3. Oh, you swear. Yeah, you make people sleep out in the dark and the snow for one night. Oh, yes, I've got the sniffles. We can keep going like this for a while, I'd say. Well, thank you, Mildred. We survived another night. That has to count for something. Jane, you're like a very cautious optimist. I just don't want you bringing down team morale. Oh well, that's fine. I'm sure Jane has a reason for being quite so apprehensive, and that's fine. Okay, so now it is the work day, and we are collecting materials. Wonderful. So people are going to be doing their jobs, and once I have, you know what? I actually have enough wood to finish building those houses. Once the evening comes around, I will start on another round of construction work. So I can introduce a new law. Let's do that. Let's do that. Adaptation. Find ways to battle hunger, sickness, and apathy. That's a tough one. Okay. Ooh. Engineer apprentices or medic apprentices. What are these two then? Education is the key to our future. Let's teach our children medicine so they can help with the sick. Children from child shelters will help at medical facilities, raising their efficiency. Ooh, that's handy. And engineer apprentices. Aw, little hammer. In fairness, like... Are you useful though? Like, this feels useful. This feels like someone is dealing with something very urgent. You're just fetching this guy's hammer, and he's evidently not working on something super time sensitive. So I feel like you might actually be more useful as a medic apprentice, but we'll see what an engineer apprentice does. Education is the key to our future. Let's teach our children engineering so they can help with new designs. Ooh, that actually does sound decent. Children from child shelters will help at workshops, speeding up research. And wait, I can only pick one, isn't this right? Oh. You know what, though? I mean, you don't even seem too excited to be working here. At least here you know this sucks, but like... you get away with handing out hammers. Evidently, I feel like medic apprentices will be the most pragmatic as well, though. So, yes, let's legislate child apprentices. Let the kids learn. We need more skillful medics. I think everyone's going to be genuinely happy with that for different reasons. William's like, oh yeah, they will need skillful medics, and then Judith is like, ha, it's better than letting them be, wasting the days away just playing their Steam-powered Nintendo Switch. I need to provide more shelter still, don't I? Yes, this is true. How many more? You know what? I'm actually... Uh-oh. No, I'm going to pause that. I'm going to make sure all these guys have adequate road access. So, as far as I recall, if Matt's is on my side, which it rarely is... Ooh, actually, this road goes right out this way. Oh, no, you saw that there, right? Is this another perfectly... Oh, look at this. Look at this little road being perfectly tangential out here. I like that, actually. I like that a lot. And then we'll just run another one, like, straight to you there. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's good, actually. I think that's quite good. Yes, once these houses are built, then we'll have no more housing issues, which will be nice. I need to build a child shelter as well. Do I have... I probably have the timber for that. And I'm quite sure it's possible to rotate these buildings? Yeah. So we could, like... could sit that quite flush with the other... So the other buildings. There's not really many other buildings. But I don't know. I feel like I can slap 2 in there fairly easily. Yeah, I kind of like that more. Just outside these resource depots here. Okay, so once they're done with that, they can go ahead and start building. I will just close that notification. Sorry if those were bothering anybody. Right, so we're building the child shelters. We need to get food sources as well. Well, also, I suppose medical equipment wouldn't hurt. How are we for health technology? We have medical posts. Right, base heating level, that's fine. These take up the same kind of space the house does, right? Yeah, you would fit right in there. Which means that actually this line here... See, look, it's already come together. It's already proving to be useful. So putting the medic post here, say, would be quite handy at dealing with the ill. I just need to find the engineers and make sure that they actually work in a place where engineers should work, rather than a place where they shouldn't work. So tell you what, I'm pretty sure 5 engineers can work there, and I don't know if these places need 5 medics or 10 engineers. Sorry, because engineers and medics are interchangeable, by the way. It's taken to mean that if you have some semblance of an education, you can be trusted to perform these certain activities. So look, we'll see how it goes. It is still just nighttime, and people love building houses in the small hours of the morning. Everyone feels relieved to the roof, even a flapping one over their head. Hope rises. Lovely. So we've managed to help out everyone. That is wonderful. People are getting sick, though. That is not ideal. That is less than sublime. So once this place gets built, hopefully I'll be able to assign those engineers to it. And that would be nice. That would be very nice. Do need to also provide build the hunter's hut or hothouse. Or the cookhouse actually should probably come first, if I'm not mistaken. Right, and these, oh, those are quite big. Oh, those aren't, wait, no, that fills the whole space. Mildly bothersome, but ultimately I don't think it matters terribly. I think I'm going to want to build some roads out this way. Like, that's the issue with circles, I suppose, isn't it? You're gonna have to deal with the fact that not all of them will be fan-dabby-dozy in their construction. We're actually low on timber for building, say, another hut, another cookhouse rather, but that's fine. We should have a bit more timber come morning. And tell you what, I'm going to speed time up again now, because I am waiting on things to do. Lovely. So the children are cared for. Everyone loves that. The child shelter is ready, and the children are safe inside. People can work without worrying that something will happen to their kids. Okay, that seemed like a bad thing, whatever was happening there, but that's fine. Tell you what, I will assign people to the correct places. So I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm going to take some engineers, and I'm going to have the engineers also be the cooks, so they can prepare the finest of meals. Okay. You know what, I can probably throw these guys back here then, because I want to make sure that this building is comparatively filled up. So tell you what, we'll pop you there. We'll do what we can. And we now have people in medical care, which is good. That is a good sign. You want people to be taken care of. You know what, actually, I might even... Would I want to build a second one? I feel like I could. Tell you what, though, what I am gonna prioritize... Actually, you know what? I'm curious. So I'm gonna do one of those little, like... Sorry, so you mean to tell me that the hunter's hut and the cookhouse take up the same space? Interesting, interesting. That means that I suppose, as my generator technology gets better, I can move the hunter's huts, I keep calling them that, hunter's huts out a little bit further. And that'll be fine, because I think they have some decent insulation. Yeah, I mean, they've got +2 insulation, so for the time being, they are more than dandy. A note of thanks. We just wanted to thank you. Back in London, it was only the wealthy that didn't have to send their kids to work. In this new world you're creating, we see things will be different. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, aren't you a cute little doctor? It was the right thing to do. I hope we'll rise slightly. So it should. There are people preparing meals now. Good. There shouldn't be anyone going hungry then. Just if you're hungry, go and get food. We have plentiful food. I'm happy to report. What else should I get building then? What else matters? Resource depots. Those are probably quite useful. Workshop. You know, that's not a bad idea at all. Get started on a bit of research. Now, I don't think these guys will be producing PhD theses but probably better than nothing. And we can keep this workshop actually completely within the confines of the generator, which is quite nice. Oh, my for medical post. And I can squeeze in one more medical post there. I might as well. Just stack up around the generator. That is the best way to keep people warm. And keeping people warm is the best way to keeping them healthy. And keeping them healthy is one of the best ways to keep them alive. Now, when the Yetis attack... I'm kidding. There aren't any Yetis, as far as I know. Right. We have people still working these coal piles. I'm thinking maybe of, like... building more gathering posts? How am I for resources, actually? The coal pile out there has been completely depleted, so probably doesn't really behoove me to build another gathering post out there too soon. What I can do is I can extend this road that I brought down the center, and this will probably be of some utility. So, can I pop a gathering post here? Or how about here? Just up here. Lovely. Yeah, okay, cool. I was only one off. Sweet, 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 sweet. So, tell you what. All of you guys clear out. Build that place. Life will be good. Once you do so, you'll be able to access all these resources here, and that will be significantly more helpful. Lovely. So these guys are getting built here, and once the workday ends, more people will be available to do building. Lovely. So I'm going to pop some workers in the gathering post. People from our convoy. With basic resources secured for now, we can try to rescue people we left behind, build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. And later workshop to design plans for more advanced buildings. Well, lucky me. I'm actually kind of ahead of you on this one. Lovely. I am going to need more engineers. Oh, I've clicked on the technology tree. Well, isn't that just lovely? So they said get a beacon first. I'm inclined to agree. Let's go for a beacon. This will allow us to send scouts to search the wilderness for goods and survivors and bring them to our city. Lookouts will also spot incoming groups of people. Oh, lovely. So we will have some people joining us without too much ado. Lovely. So these engineers are now going to work as doctors, and everyone is being handled. As for laws, we don't have anyone dead just yet, so I don't see a reason to need to pass a cemetery law quite so soon. A fighting arena, though, that'll always cheer people up. Betting on fights was the next best thing to the races. I'm happy for you. I wonder if the fighters will abide by the rules. Well, look, that's in your hands now, I suppose. Lovely. And some more workers there. And I can pop workers out here, actually. They can act as hunters. Get a move on shafts, there's still plenty of work to do. Right, because hunters are nocturnal, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, between a lot of them, they are well occupied. So that place is closed. Cool. I don't know why it's going to give me a big red flashy light. This place is stocked. Right, so I do actually have excess workers, which is nice. It is a nice change. So, as for construction, people. Fighting arena. Yes, I will need to pop down a fighting arena to assuage the masses. And I'm pretty sure it is, like, proximity-based, I would describe it as. So, yeah. Popping it, like, in the middle of this kind of, like, settlement here, ooh, is quite nice. Right, that's problematic. These people are probably going to be kind of chilly, and that comes with a risk of falling ill, which is less than sublime. As you can see up here, though, on the forecast, though, we will be able to see a rise in the temperature in the coming days. I hope I don't freeze to death on duty. It's so cold, better not go outside without a good reason. Well, that is the work horn. Yeah, so you better get started, you rascals. Okie dokie. So more houses here. Once I start seeing an uptick in the wood supply, I will actually go ahead and have a look at creating the fighting arena. And this will service... Is that all the houses? Oh, wonderful. Oh, Will, you've thought of many, many things. Look at the redundant architecture you're using. So clever. Family torn apart. Sir, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we'll send out. She urges you to hurry. You know what? That is a very good motivation. I will make sure my engineers know about your plight, and I sincerely hope that will help them speed up. Wow, they'll be done their research in 3 hours. Good God, that woman's story, that woman's plight really motivated these guys to work harder. Good for you. Good on you. Okay, so we're close to having the beacon researched. This steel wreckage here, is it this one here? No, it was the one that was here, I suppose. Was depleted now, so this gathering post now only collects timber. Alright, so I'm going to need to come up with well, I suppose I have a source of steel here. Yeah, 2 an hour, and I'm not using too much of it. I definitely have enough to create the beacon, because I did have a little peek. at what we needed earlier. I think it said, was it actually in the workshop? It says that it requires like 35 steel. I think that's where I saw it anyway. So I will go from there with that discovery. How am I for the workforce, by the way? I have 10 unemployed people. That is fine. That is fine. I will need people to man the scouting party, so I can work in those confines. That's absolutely grand. We're not doing phenomenally for rations, but I think it's because I assigned people to the hunter's hut like quite late, so they weren't able to get out for that night's hunt. Hopefully it'll be okay. Build the beacon. Rescue the survivors of the lost expedition. Okay, so now that we've researched the beacon, we can build the beacon. Now where do I want to build the beacon? Kind of obnoxious, and I don't think anybody works here. Like, nobody like physically works here, so I might just like straight up, like, can I just build it here? Yeah, that's fine to me, I think. That works. Yeah, okay, cool. So I know it's well out of the way, but I mean, anything that'll probably help it get spotted, right? Technology tree. Ah, right, of course. Now that one is researched, I can go and research another. So what I'm looking for, faster gathering, coal thumpers, sawmills could be handy if I'm looking after more timber. I'm kind of alright for steel at the moment. I feel, yeah, because I need timber to build a steelworks anyway, so I think it's probably better to secure wood production first. So we'll try and do that then. We will set the engineers to work. Yeah, collecting more timber. Here's me not 5 seconds ago just saying, oh, there's so much timber, such a bounty. We have enough for like what we currently need, is kind of what I meant. But I understand that in the near term, we won't be doing quite so well on that resource. So I'm more than content to spend a little bit of time investing in resolving it. I'm very glad these people are, you know, they're being treated quite well. Because if they weren't, you know, that'd be almost redundant having all these medical posts. Because passing medical legislation in these laws here, it can be very, very... How do I describe it? The medical legislation, tell you what, it's easier to explain if I just show you. So the medical legislation allows you to either choose stay in life or radical treatment. Radical treatment means, you know what, if it looks sick, we'll cut it off. So you get a lot of amputees, and amputees aren't able to work in this kind of environment, I suppose. Whereas sustain life means that the gravely ill will not die, but they will occupy hospital beds. And whilst that's fine, it means that people who are just mildly sick can then run into complications. It's almost like the COVID crisis, really. Like, you know, once you hit a certain like capacity limit with people who are just sick with COVID, in like say ICU, people who are dying from non-COVID things will start to die because of the effects on that kind of supply chain. So, oh, what a lovely! I love relating the real world to frickin' FrostPunk. That's a you know, things are great then. Are you still not connected to the road, or are they just not building out to you yet? You know what? It probably doesn't help that I've got the thing on slowest to go there. Yeah, okay, now it's all connected. That's fine. Ah, right. The hunters are setting off to collect food, so they will be back in the morning with adequate rations. We're no longer lost and blind. The beacon has been built. From now on, our people will be able to survey the icy barrens that surround us. Frostland. Look, a little balloon. It's a frickin' huge balloon. Fair enough, though. But it's like the string is sheltered from the wind up against the ice wall, so I think that's actually quite good. Oh, lovely, and it like actually starts shooting out those little lights so people are able to see it too. Actually, I'm wondering, it's hardly manned. Anyway, oh, the lost expedition. Right, sorry. I need to send scouts here. Okay, that's fine. Numerous tents, we can see people moving about. They must be the lost members of our expedition. Lovely. Tell you what, we will create scouting infrastructure. Wow, okay, that costs 40 wood. I'm glad I had a little bit extra. But I will send these scouts... Oh, I keep zooming in too close. I will send these scouts to this lost expedition to recover the people we once had. That will require additional housing, so I'm prepared to start making those arrangements. And you know what? Whilst I'm here, I might as well just toss them in like this. That's grand. And I think they're all within range of the fighting arena, so that's nice. The premium real estate's up here in these tents, because they're the ones that are like under the influence of the generator. So ooh, it's still quite cold though at the -40. So they've seen better days. Ready to search. People cheer as a giant observation balloon soars above the city. This is a real feat. Everyone feels proud of the work they've done to make it happen. Volunteers have lined up, eager to go looking for the lost people in Frostland. The woman who came forward earlier, who helped even motivate the engineers to research this infrastructure, is among them. And we needed a win. That is a very good point. Ooh, he's not gravely sick. Wait, I thought... Why is he not in hospital care then? Is he an engineer? Hardly. Well, who is this sick individual? Where are you? You work in the gathering post. Ooh, and that's not ideal. Come on, Calvin Dixon. We need to get you into some kind of medical facility. God damn, there's a lot of sick people. I suppose on account of the fact it's so cold. Oh, I hadn't even really considered. Sometimes I wonder what the purpose of our struggle is. Oh, Ruth, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's get to work. We can't let up now. Frank, I admire your moxie. You keep being your best self. Okay, so we've sent people to go and rescue the lost expedition, but I might also see about creating another scouting party to go and check out the observatory. The only thing is that'll require a lot more timber, and that very much is the resource that we're gonna need to get on acquiring very soon. And the hunters are returning. Is that correct? Oh. And the scouts have returned. Or no, they're not returned, but they've arrived, rather. The rest of our people may camp here too exhausted to go on. We should escort them to the city. Oh, absolutely. A happy reunion. We enter the camp appearing out of the driving snow. A choir of excited voices welcomes us. Ah, God, I love Up, my favorite film. Thank God you found us. We'd been wandering for days until we couldn't go any longer. Soon we'd begin to starve. Children and adults surround us, packed and ready to go. Okay, well, we'll escort these survivors, or should we send them? No, it's risky to send them. I think we should escort them, because that is guaranteed engineers and workers as well. Like, there's kind of like the pragmatic and the moral reason to escort the survivors. Okay. So where are we now? Here. Alright, this place isn't... Oh, this place is working. Why is it... What's wrong with it? It requires raw food. Did the hunters not bring back some? I thought for sure they would have. I suppose it's closed. Working hours is... Yeah. Are they like the inverse of everyone else's working hours? More or less, yeah. They go from 1800 to 6 a.m. Those wood crates are depleted as well. You know what? Oh, this tech is almost done. This tech is almost done, and lovely. Now we are able to build the sawmill. Wonderful. Now I just need to find an area that's got like a lot of trees. Like so many trees you wouldn't even believe. There's a terrible number of trees, so probably not there. Is that like literally on a scrap pile? Okay, so probably not there either. It's hard to like find a perfect place. But I will be honest with you. Here isn't bad. Yeah, here isn't bad at all. Okay, we'll put it there. The roads come after. It doesn't help this is the housing sector. So I like to keep the roads relatively on the level. There, if you get me. But that should be fine, I think. Yeah. I think it is a shorter route to go over this curve and then up rather than all the way from down here. Like most of the time for these small connections, it is like just more efficient to go just radially than it is across the circumference. But sure, look it, right? These guys they're FrostPunks. They know exactly what they're doing. They know what circles are. It is a neat building, I have to say. Like as models go, just having like a huge set of electrical coils and then blue smoke, blue fire even. That's the more important part there. So right, this of course I'm going to start on a new technology, hunter's gear. Ooh, hunters will return with more raw food from each hunt. I like that idea. How are we doing for food, actually? I'll quickly pause the game there and have a look at the resource storage. How are we doing for raw food? 15 a day. No issues, but we're going to be having... Yeah, that's exactly it. We're going to be having in new people soon, so yes. We will go for the hunter's gear. The sooner we can do that, the better. And I might build an additional hunter's hut, actually, as well. Or no, what I wanted to build additional scouts earlier, right? And I didn't have the wood for it. Now I do. I don't have... Oh, wait, we can't... I can't support another expedition. There's a technology for that. Okay. Well, as soon as I can get 2 guys out there in the field, I will. 2 sets of scouts, sorry. And... resources, tech... Could I hazard another workshop? Could I do it? Am I the kind of man that could get away with 2 whole workshops? Maybe I could make it 4. How much do they cost to build? They are not cheap. They are expensive. The antithesis of cheap, actually. But you know what I'll do? I will quickly cancel those, and I will pop out some radial roads, just to make sure everything is organized in a way that pleases my chimp-like brain. Okay, lovely. And then we will build the workshops according to these bindings here. And I can get away with building 3. That's fine. Okay. Well, look, as long as people are happy doing the work they're doing, we should have these guys here home very soon. Lovely. So we get 10 engineers, disband the scouts, or I can send them back out into Frostland. Well, I'm absolutely sending them back out into Frostland. But hey, look! Oh, they're so happy. They're also so rendering into the bottom of the screen. Ah, that's lovely. Oh, that's touching. People from our convoy. Reunions. It's heartwarming to see families reunited after so many hardships. But shouldn't there be other settlements nearby? The first expeditions left London long ago. They ought to be well established by now. They'll surely help us find our footing. We will look for the others. Next time, ladies and gentlemen. We will look for the others next time. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and bye-bye.